And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com. www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Go to the website. They will deliver right to your front door, pretty much anywhere inside the 275 loop. Or you can head down to Dayton, Kentucky, tell them to pump it up, and save yourself 15% off of some tendies, some dunkers, some fried chicken. You know the drill. Get some Galactic goodness. It is out of this world. Hi, Aaron.
Yo.
What's up? How was your Sunday?
It was all right. Rachel's usually off on Sundays, and she had to work.
Oh, that's right. So. She had to work today, so it was just another weekday for you.
It was that.
Oh, it was a long volleyball day. They were running almost 2 hours behind, Aaron. We were supposed to get out of there by like 5:30, 6 o'clock. We pulled out at 7:45 in Hamilton. Nice. Got a Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich on the way home, and here we are. They won both games today, though. So after a rough, they lost all 3 games yesterday. All of them went 3 sets. All of them decided like right at the wire. Today, again, both games, all 3 sets, both games decided right at the wire. But I was there,
as I said last night.
So they won. I will say hello. There were like 5 BCJ members that stopped me in the Spooky Nook complex and said they dapped me up, said they love the website, they love watching all the shows. One of them dapped me up and said hello, and turns out that Kelsey was playing his team, his daughter's team, and I let him know, if you guys win, I have to ban you. I'm sorry. I didn't have to ban him though, so it went great. So hi to all of those fine folks that said hello today. We appreciate you. So yeah, that was my Sunday, and now we're ready to get ripping on the old Big 12 Sunday. These are coming to an end here soon, Aaron. It's depressing. I really like these, like way more than the football shows. I love these basketball shows.
Well, I agree, because it's 2 days of content that is just filled with us having to do nothing. I don't have to find something for us. I don't have to find anything for us to talk about. These are the easiest. They're layups. No pun intended.
Hey, watch basketball. Okay, if I have to, I guess. It's all I do with my time anyway. Let's get to a busy slate yesterday. We'll start off with number 1. Houston, 87, Oklahoma, 85. What a wild week for the Sooners. They score 45 points against Iowa State and lose. It was close, but they scored 45 points. And then 87-85, they fall to Houston on Saturday. It was tied. There's a loose ball scrum. And of course, Jamal Shed just picks it up and chucks it in as the clock expires. And Houston wins 87-85. Houston, they got another one of those easy threes. It was a tie game at the very end of the first half, 45-45. Houston goes right down the floor, bangs a 3, takes a 48-45 lead into the locker room, and then, like I said, Shed at the buzzer on, just a scramble drill. Like literally, the ball was just at his feet, and he just gave it one of these, and it went in. And
with 0.4 on the clock.
Yeah, unbelievable. Look, they're good. I don't know. I don't know what to make of Oklahoma now. We've seen them have one of the worst offensive games in the league all year, and then turn around and follow it with 85 points against the best defense in America. And now Cincinnati gets them Tuesday night.
Isn't that kind of been the story of Oklahoma all season, though? That we don't know who they are.
Right. They don't know who they are.
I don't think they particularly have an identity, and hopefully, this Houston team just completely wore them out to score 85. And
I mean, we saw what happened to Cincinnati after both of those games. Like they were spent.
Yeah. So I'm certainly hoping that Oklahoma doesn't have much gas left in the tank coming up this week, although they are at home. So we'll see how that goes for them.
Of course, it's senior night.
Well, I mean, everybody has one.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. But what a way to start off the recap here as Houston holds on. They stay atop the league, 13-3.
10 players with double figures in this one.
Yeah.
10.
Oklahoma's going to be fascinating. They're at 7-9, Aaron. If Cincinnati can get that Tuesday, tall task, but Cincinnati can beat them Tuesday. They go to Texas to close out the regular season. It is not out of the realm. It is not crazy to think Oklahoma could end this thing at 7-11. They get in at 7-11? Do they make the tournament at 7-11?
Depends. There's so much that depends on what happens in this conference tournament that will just kind of determine everything. So
I don't know. I get your point, but the past couple years, man, the committee has made it very clear that they put very little weight on conference tournaments. So, I mean, you might have to make a big statement if you go in at 7-11 to get, like, I don't know. Their metrics are good. They're probably okay at that number. We saw West Virginia get in last year at that number, but it would be uneasy. Moving along, Kansas goes to Baylor. Baylor wins 82-74. I got to see a good deal of this one yesterday. I think you did too.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin McCullough was back. Baylor was better. I mean, that was a hell of a game. But Baylor kind of had the upper hand throughout and just kind of kept Kansas right at bay. Just far enough back where Kansas was never able to take control of the game.
This was a heavyweight boxing match. It was
great basketball.
Insane. Both teams to shoot over 55% is wild.
Yeah.
And toward down the stretch, it was Ray J. Dennis taking over this game. But that's not discrediting anything that Nunn and Misi did. It was just there were some crazy shots that Kansas was hitting towards the end of the game. There was some circus shot that I want to say it was DeJuan Harris made that I still have no idea. I have no idea how it went in. It just kind of skipped off the corner of the backboard as he was falling out of bounds on just I don't even know. It was nuts.
It's one of those shots we tell ourselves that shot only goes in against Cincinnati.
Correct. Yeah. But Kansas falling short on the stick. That's 2 in a row now for Kansas to lose. Not a good week for Kansas.
And they go to Houston to end the regular season.
Not a good week for Kansas. And you got to wonder. I mean, Bill Self has talked about it all season. He's not been shy about the fact that this is not his best team that he's had. Yeah. It might be the best 5 starters that he's had.
I mean, it's not, but it's close. It's up there in the conversation.
With no depth. That's obviously been the Achilles heel of this team.
Kansas, I mean, they get K-State at home that we'll talk about in a minute, and then they end at Houston. I mean, they could be 10-8. Like, if you want to know how tough this league is, this Kansas team could go 10-8. Iowa State holds serve 60-52 over UCF. This was a weird one. UCF trailed 36-29 at halftime and then had the lead. They don't score at all down the stretch. Iowa State wins 60-52, but the second half score, did you see the second half score?
No, not
24-23.
UCF did not score in the final 5 minutes outside of a free throw at the end with like 16 seconds left. I mean, I would have lost my mind. And they go 1 of 19 from the 3-point line. Just, again, another team where we don't know what UCF is. They're really good defensively, but offensively
they're not really good offensively.
It's been a struggle, and at times they've shot the lights out. At times they've been 1 of 19 from the 3-point line.
Texas 81-65 over Oklahoma State. Texas evens themselves up in Big 12 play at 8-8, the most Jekyll and Hyde team that I think unquestionably that we've seen in the Big 12 this season. Oklahoma State, not surprising. They had their little 2.5, 3 week kind of hot streak, and then kind of falling back down to earth with the young guys as they get in the home stretch. But that's a big win for Texas to be able to hold on there and get back to 500 in the league. They've got a pretty tough week coming up too.
Disu and Smith 17-15. I guess no real surprise there that they were 2 of the top 3 scorers for Texas in a big win. But yeah, Texas is weird. I don't know. I'm not going to be upset to see Texas or Oklahoma out of the picture. Of course, they're replaced by
Arizona, Colorado, Arizona State. Yeah, Utah, who's good. Texas Tech 81-70 over West Virginia. The Mountaineers look like they had control of this game. They're up 45-39 at halftime. And then Texas Tech just kind of stomps them 42-25 in the second half. Williams was 17-9 for Texas Tech. They needed that one because they were looking shaky. If you throw a loss to West Virginia in there, whoo.
This was probably Joe Toussaint's best game in quite some time as he finishes with over 21 or finishes with 21 on a 9-17 day. 7 assists. That's really good point guard play. But Texas Tech needed this one. They've been up and down for quite some time now, and you can't lose. We know that story all too well, that you can't lose at West Virginia this year.
Yeah. BYU 87-75. TCU led this one by 17 at halftime, 46-29. TCU scores 29 in the second half. BYU scores 58.
That's insane. That is a crazy, crazy score. Trevin Knell with perhaps his best game since playing the Bearcats at the beginning of conference play, as he finishes with 20. He took 10 threes. He only hit 4 of them.
Yeah. Aaron, how many teams do you think have won at BYU this year?
3.
2.
This one in Cincinnati? No.
Houston and Cincinnati. Those are the only 2 teams to win at BYU this year.
58.5, though, is insane.
Yeah. Kentucky's like, damn, they put a lot of points up. That Kentucky team's incredible. If you've not watched them offensively, I think they're averaging over 90 a game. They couldn't defend me, you, Dave, and Keegan, but they'll score 100 on you real quick.
I will not watch Kentucky basketball unless I have a good reason to.
I mean, their offense is fun to watch, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get into what's coming up this week. Big Monday, only 1 game this week. There's been 2 the past couple weeks, but Texas travels to Waco to take on Baylor. I think give me the Bears, but who the hell knows with this Texas team?
They're favored 6.5 in Vegas. ESPN's giving them a 76.4% chance to win. I like Baylor in this one, especially after watching what they did to Kansas. Their defense against Kansas was outstanding. If they bring that same defensive pressure against Texas, I think that Disu and Asmus will probably struggle a bit in this one.
Yeah. On to Tuesday, Texas Tech at Oklahoma State. I don't know. It's not like Texas Tech has been playing exceptionally well. I wouldn't be shocked to see Oklahoma State get one more scalp here before this regular season ends.
Oklahoma State's got 30% chance to win this one. I'm with you. I would not be surprised. I won't touch this one with any of my dollars. But yeah, I would not be terribly surprised to see Oklahoma State have a bounce back.
And then Cincinnati, Oklahoma at 8 on Tuesday, followed by 9 on ESPN. Kansas State and Kansas. At Kansas this time. Kansas State shocked them on Big Monday a couple of weeks back. Have to think Kansas is going to take care of business here. After a loss, they're back at home.
After 2 losses.
After 2 losses. Back at home. I would have to think I'm going to call this a get-right game for Kansas. Kansas State's kind of spinning their wheels a little bit.
If Kansas loses this one, I don't know what's going on with the Jayhawks. I'll say that. The wheels may have come off if they lose this one. So I'm with you. I'm far more inclined to say that Kansas is going to take care of business in all of the ways. And
what's happening to Kansas is pretty clear, Aaron. They don't have a bench.
I know. They're tired.
To get through this league,
16
games in this league with no production from your bench, that ain't easy.
They're tired.
It's like pimping.
I get it.
It's like pimping, Aaron. It ain't easy.
Your words, not mine.
It's Big Daddy Kane's words, actually, Aaron. Actually. Most of you won't get that. A couple will.
In any case, as we look, I was just gonna say, as we look at standings, you have Houston sitting at 13.
Well, we're not done yet.
Oh,
we got Wednesday. 3 games on Wednesday. Houston at UCF. Yes. I'll take the Cougars. TCU at West Virginia. Boy, TCU better get right here. They're slipping and sliding a little bit. They better get right here. And then BYU at Iowa State. That one will be an interesting one. The way BYU's been piling up points at times, and the way Iowa State's been holding teams to 40 in the 40s.
Yeah, Iowa State given almost 80% on this one. West Virginia not favored at all in this one against TCU. TCU 76%, and Houston they're giving UCF 11%. I don't look for. I'm thinking chalk on all three. With maybe the TCU West Virginia one being the most interesting of those three. But getting into the standings, though, Houston sits at 13-3 atop everybody still. Iowa State at 12-4, 1 game back. Baylor at 10-6, 3 games back. As they do pass Kansas with that win. Texas Tech and BYU and Kansas all knotted up at 9-7, 4 games back. Texas and TCU 8-8, 5 games back each. Oklahoma and Kansas State at 7-9, 6 games back. Cincinnati and UCF tied at 7 games back each. And Oklahoma State 4-12, along with West Virginia, and they're both 9 games back. Got to make some noise, though, the Bearcats do, as you come through these last 2 games. If you want that first round bye, otherwise, you're looking at to win 5 games. And as a team that has not stacked back-to-back wins as of yet in conference play, got a chance to do that here this week on Tuesday. But it's going to be tough sledding in the conference tournament if you have to play 5. 4 is hard enough. 5 is
better chance of happening. This UC team wins 5 games in 5 days in Kansas City, or Kelly walks through the door.
I don't know that anyone in this conference is going to be able to win if they play on the first day.
I think I would pick Kelly walking through the door.
Over all 4 teams having to win 5 straight?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're probably right.
I don't think she's walking through the door.
I think you're also probably right.
All right. Spring football starts tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Keegan and I will be there. Reagan will be there. And we will talk about it tomorrow night on the BBP. We'll have wall-to-wall coverage. So we invite you all to join us. And I'm going to get some sleep. I'm exhausted. I'm about to fall over right now. That's the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!